If you're a young woman just starting out in her career, I want you to remember 4 things. One, don't just opt for the softer tasks or the back end roles. Remember that growth into senior leadership positions most of the times demands an exposure to front end roles or P&L positions. Now, this may mean obviously stepping out of your comfort zone. It also may mean harder work in terms of juggling your work life balance, but it's really worth it in the end. I understand that not all of us want to grow into leadership positions, but remember that raising your hand for the harder tasks and the tougher roles will also help you become a much more well-rounded professional, will also add to your skills. Even within the back-end roles, raise your hand and ask for jobs or tasks that require you to interact with more people, require you to have more client meetings, require you to interact within departments. At best, you will grow into a senior leadership position. At worst, you will just become a better version of your own professional self. So don't just settle for the softer tasks and the back-end roles. Don't be overwhelmed by the men or the bro culture in an organization. When I was much younger, when I started out in my career, the number of men in any organization were far more in any case. I think diversity numbers have bettered, at least I hope so now. But even now, the numbers are not enough. And I know for a fact that as a woman, walking into a room where there are only men can actually make you feel uncomfortable. It also makes you want to diminish yourself, lower your voice, speak lesser. Even things like, walking to the cafeteria and you see 6 or 7 men and suddenly they start laughing loudly. You do wonder if they're joking about you or if they're laughing at you. But you know what? In the longer run, this does not matter. Don't distract yourself by this at all. Don't diminish your voice. Speak up. It's not about the gender. So bring your true, authentic, professional self to the table and to office. And don't get bogged down by the whole gender, equation. So don't get bogged down by this whole men having a louder voice, men also having more share of voice. That's not true. Speak your mind, exert your opinion, talk, so all of that is very, very important. So don't get overwhelmed by this whole men thing. It's not worth it at all. Talk about your achievements. It's amazing how many women have difficulty doing that. We either think we're showing off or we think we have imposter syndrome, which means that, we're not good enough. Why should we even talk about it? If you're not going to talk about it, who will? So during performance reviews, bring up everything that you've done. During, just generally projects that you worked on, please talk about it. It's amazing how many times, we'll build or design a great presentation but don't want to be a part of the meeting or the client presentation when it is being presented to the client, or how many times we'll make a really good research report we won't even be marked CC when the report is sent to very, very senior management. It's very important to ask for these things. You'll be surprised how many times people will actually say yes. So ask for all of this, ask to be marked where you have contributed, or asked to be present at meetings where you have worked on presentations. You will learn so much. You will also get to interact with people that matter. Talk about your achievements, whether internally or externally. Internally within the organization or externally on platforms such as LinkedIn. Talk about your skills, talk about your achievements. The whole idea of talking about yourself, your achievements and your skills is to attract more and better opportunities for yourself, whether within your organization or even externally, And externally, I don't mean just a new job or a better job. I also mean stuff like being invited to speak on panels, being invited to write on somebody's blog, being invited to speak on a podcast. So unless and until you talk about your achievements, or unless and until you, talk about your skills and showcase your skills, you will never attract better opportunities. So don't have imposter syndrome and don't think you're showing off. Talk about your achievements, showcase your skills and your achievements. Last but not the least, bring your true, authentic self to the table. Bring who you are. Don't get bogged down by comments such as she's too loud, she's too aggressive, or she doesn't know how to negotiate. It doesn't matter. You will learn. Or look at the way she dresses. That's one big one. As long as you don't stick out like a sore thumb, or as long as you're not really, going against the culture of the organization, it's okay to bring your true, authentic self to the table, I've always marched to my own beat as far as wearing clothes, or my dressing sense or workwear is concerned. But like I said before, you need to bring your true personality, to the table. And as long as it's not hurting the culture and as long as you're not really sticking out, it's perfectly okay. As it is, as you grow, as you work, you will learn new things and you will sort of, your rough edges will get rounded, and that will happen in due course. And that is how it should happen. It should not happen because someone said something to you and now you don't want to bring your true self or true authentic self to the table. That is not what should happen. So bring your true authentic self to the table, and if it has rough edges, let time and experience, round it for you. But don't stop yourself from speaking up. Don't stop yourself from being you. You do you, girl. Go, girl. This is Dipika Singh from She Means Business. And till next time, bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel.